Hey, chat, how we doing today? It looks like I've got a relatively easy day today in terms of any actual animations. I do have two assignments today, but the motions for them compared to everything I've been doing so far are pretty basic. Basically, we're working on anticipation now, which I was already doing yesterday with the um ball jumping around, so should not be too difficult of a task here. Alright, just giving this a moment to load. I'm a bit tired today, I'm gonna be honest, chat. Like, probably a little bit more so than usual, but what can you do about it? Sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you desperately need a nap and you're physically unable to fall asleep, which is actually the camp I fall under, unfortunately. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we've got this animation here. Now, the entire point behind this one is to have this... Just quickly grab this. So have this move up to around about here. Have it overshoot slightly. And then come back down. Have it on the screen for whatever amount of time. And then have it go off screen a lot faster than the way it came on screen. But obviously, like, I'd have to pull it back in the other direction first before I did that. So, just checking my notes here. What's happened there? If I grab this and see, it looks different compared to this one. Oh, right, okay, so I need to... First of all, I want to swap these, because I hate working from right to left when it comes to doing anything like this. There we go. That's a bit better. I didn't realize that the movement was going in the other direction. Like the cameras were flipped around wrong because of the way that my eyes are. I can't really work on the right hand, with the right hand side being the camera view. I have to have it on the left, just because my eyes are, like, my right eye's not that great. Alright, did I... Okay, I need to fix this. So that is supposed to be texture, not material. That's why it wasn't functioning correctly. Alright, so animated logo moving up to the middle of the screen, pause and then back down. Using anticipation overshoots to make the movement more interesting. There's a note there for just how I submit it. And then try zero line keying and extreme keying. Okay, so zero line keying and then extreme keying are two different types of things. So in this case, if I move it across the center line here, I have the option of keying only the where it meets the zero here, and then moving the handles around so it gives the overshoot movement that I'm looking for. And in the case of whenever I move it to go back down, I can just keyframe on the extreme before going down. So first keyframes there. I'm just gonna... Where is my frames? I'm just going to insert a single keyframe on that one. So, say on frame 2. I want to have this... So when the animation starts, I want to have it sticking out already. Just slide them out. And then, say frame 10. So, Alt-G. Let's go... 4 frames later, Alt-G, and then Alt-G. So, if I look at the graph editor here, which he was kind enough to actually leave the graph editor on this time. So goes up on screen. I would like it to be maybe a smidge faster, but we'll see. So if I rotate this, I'm gonna give this a vector here. And then this one. So it goes up. So now it goes up. Probably a little bit too much, right? I would like to be actually able to start from the correct point the animation takes. Let's go to end at frame 45. Okay, I want this to be moving. Let's try. This one a bit more. Okay, that's good. Let's grab this. Actually, I maybe want to have this as free. Or as aligned with this case. It just rotates like that. Okay, here we go. That going, and then rotate this one. I don't think I need to. Do you think this is too steep, perhaps? No, I mean, it is probably natural, the way that it rebounds in this manner. I just need to sing this out by one. Right, let's try that. Ah, but then it's not fast enough on the outset. Try automatic. Let's try this. I don't really like the way that looks. It accelerates too much at the bottom. I want it to be a lot faster. That is vector. That. Okay, I think that's good. So now it's been animated, so it's going to stick there. So it goes up, rebounds a bit. Do I want to maybe give it a bit of extra rebound off of this side as well? If I scale that, that's just going to give it more. Maybe I want to scale it in the other direction. I think that's okay. So then I want to give this. Give it 12 frames. So I'm gonna insert a frame here. And then frame 75. Quick sip of water. So now for this side, I want this to move upwards before zooming back down. Like, kind of like the way that I did the ball a couple of streams ago. So, 1, 2, 3, 5. And G, C. Like, I want this to have a fair bit of anticipation. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first thing to do is to turn this into vector so it doesn't slow down at the end. Okay, I feel like it needs a bit more time. Let's try 5 more frames. Really not enough. Just go for 12. Okay, 13 instead of 12. Please. This. Let me scale this up, give it a bit more time. That might actually even be a bit too much. Free. Okay, that's good. So it really winds up before zooming downwards. Nice. Might scale this one out slightly bit more. Scale this one in a bit. Yeah, that nice big wind up before going down. Right. So it winds up here. Could probably... Does it need one more frame here? Maybe. I'll give this one more frame. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit more even. In fact, I think maybe the timing isn't the problem, it's just the scale of this. So if I scale that down, yeah. I make that slightly tighter. Goes up and zooms off screen. Excellent. In fact, I might drag it. Okay, that looks good. Let's see if there's anything more I can do on this part here. Bounce up. I feel like the bounce up here is a bit too sharp. I wonder if it'd be worth adding an extra bounce upwards. Might be. So that'll give it a little bit of extra bounce there. I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, because I felt like the motion at the bottom here was a little bit strange without another offset at the top. So I need to scale these. Probably need to individual scales. Those. Let's try scaling them back a bit and see how it looks. Somebody is cooking bread, and I don't know who it is. Like, somebody is actually baking bread in the middle of winter, and that is very bold. Like, extremely bold, in fact. Okay, I'm gonna dissolve. Well, I'm gonna realign this first. We'll just delete it rather. And then open it. Let's try this now. Okay, I feel like that's too smooth on the offset. Like, it feels... I know this is a very strange way to phrase this. Too polite. Like, I really want this to barge in on the screen. That's the better. Of course, now that that's done that, I need to grab both of these and set them these. So that one needs to be big. Hi, hey DJ Diego, how you doing tonight? Yes, and we should be... Yep. Yeah. So I wonder if I need a steeper counter to this one now, or if I need to just readjust this particular keyframe. Up, bounces back. Maybe it needs to be a bit steeper, in fact. I don't think it would need to be, but it might be why it looks a bit strange. Needs to have a bit more recoil on it. Okay, something's gone on with this thing. that and that need to go. Bro, hello? I am talking. Can you not hear me? OBS is showing as me being audible. Strange. Let's quickly check it. Excuse me for a second, chat, while I just check this. Am I really not audible on stream? Way to phrase this too. No, I'm completely able to be heard. Strange. Okay. Guess maybe there's some technical issues on DJ Diego's end. Yeah, I feel like there definitely needs to be a bit of recoil on the other side, otherwise it's just not going to work correctly. Okay, grab these. Oh, did not mean to pick those, I just wanted these here. Oh, and these. I give it just the smallest amount of recoil here. It feels too sharp, in fact. No, not that. Oh, that. Really scale that out. Looks like it's sad face. It really does, although to be fair, I'd be kind of sad too if somebody bit off a chunk of my face. Like, I think it's a pretty appropriate expression for this situation. But yeah, it's not my logo, so I can't really make too much comment of it now, can I? Alright, and yeah, I think that's probably just about good for this. Wait, is this still moving? Excuse? It just feels like it's moving, but it's not moving at all. Bro, it's funny. It really is. It's, certainly a way to do a logo, that's for sure. Everybody I know has their emote, and I don't. Hey, Foxy, how you doing? I believe that is a Hype Train specific emote, if I'm not mistaken. But I do not know why Twitch has, of all things, a goose hitting the gritty as an emote. And the fact that I even have to say those words in that sentence, like in that particular order, makes me feel like there is something severely wrong with this situation. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, it's just a really strange emote, but it is pretty funny. A goose doing the gritty, what the fuck? Okay, so since you're new here, I'll explain this. So I have a stream going on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I talk to both chats at the same time. I'll just quickly show this so y'all can see each other. So I've got both of these going at the same time. So sometimes when I'm not actively talking to somebody in one chat, it might be because I'm on the other chat. Just makes it, just have it make a little bit more sense for everyone involved. It's a bit strange, but you get used to it eventually. And Foxy's just flipping tables over and, oh, I'm sorry. Nightbot is being a little piece of garbage at the moment on the whole caps thing. I have yet to go in and fix that. So you're not actually in trouble, GJ. I just haven't calibrated the bot correctly. That's a my bad. Alright, so I think that's everything for this particular one. So I'm going to save this in the files. I have got so much stuff to submit. It's absolutely absurd. and this is the translation one. So you like making a logo for somebody? No, I'm animating a logo as a part of an assessment for 3D animation. So the website that I'm using, CG Cookie, has their own logos and stuff. And for the purposes of this assignment, I'm just animating this. So I've got that one done. Cool. And now it is time for the next one, which is more or less the same. But I have to scale it out to make it look like it's zooming in towards the camera. Anywho, guess what, Cyclone? What's up, Foxy? When you want to share it with class. Okay, so this one is literally the exact same, but it's actually supposed to start here. So I guess they must have just copy and pasted the file. You got 3 shinies today on Pokemon Go. That's pretty impressive. Oh, almost forgot. I just need to reopen that other file for just a moment. Because that has reminded me of something that I need to fix before I send it. Oh, you animating on Blender. Yeah, I am not a skilled animator, not by any sense of the imagination. I am just practicing stuff. But I'm glad you think so. What shinies did you get, Foxy? I am genuinely curious. I feel like it's probably going to be like another Tyrantrum and like maybe bug type adjacent if I had to take a guess. Okay, so I need to move all these. I'm going to move it to like frame 8. Because still, I mean, fair enough. Anyone can learn how to animate on Blender, although the graph editor can get a bit scary at times, so I can see why it would put some people off. I just had to have the animation start a bit later for the sake of the assessment. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I'll just end at frame 60. Save that, and don't deal with that anymore. Right, so got... I'm just going to open your YouTube channel on another tab to see what else you've done in the past. I mean, like, if you're looking for Blender specifically, the live tabs are going to be your friend here, because most of the stuff prior to me doing Blender streams has just been gaming content. So I don't know if that's of any interest to you, but if it is, then by all means stick around. I haven't done anything video game related in quite a while, actually. So I need to keyframe all of these. 2 Minutites and 1 Galarian Zigzagoon. It won't stop buffering. Oh, that's unfortunate. Foxy, don't forget to check if the Twitch streamers switch to source. Because I know they like to switch out of it sometimes. Okay, so we've got the graphic on screen. I'm going to start this at frame 12. Since it's already going to be on screen from the get-go. I literally switch it to both types of qualities and it won't stop. Are you having problems with your hotspot perhaps? Because I know you prefer to use that over the house internet. So for the first one, I want to zoom it. Like, I want to scale it to be smaller so it looks like it's zooming out. And then scale it larger to make it look like it's coming towards the camera. So it's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert keyframes here. I want to scale this to be, say, 0.4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to have this be scaled all the way out. Like, all the way out. say 70. That's 30. I want 75. But I am literally hitting. Oh, because it's not basing it off the scale, it's basing it off of the size of the make decent-ish videos. Yeah, I haven't really done proper video content in a while. So I don't know if that's still the case or not. Alright, so we got that. It's good. I might have this wind up a bit more, like 2 frames. In fact, I think I only have half the catalog left on my YouTube channel, and the only reason for that is because I had to remove a good chunk of videos because some of them had problems, some of them had copyright issues that I didn't want to deal with. I think it ended up being most, if not all, of the face cam videos that I did, and a couple of other ones. But it's kind of hard to recall. I've done quite a few of them. So, scale that way. Rotate this. I could vector this, but this is more entertaining to do it this way. So I don't want it to be... Ah, okay. I forgot to get all of them. So now if I rotate this, this should be moving at the same rate. I literally don't understand why it does this. Twitch just... I don't know why, but Twitch just hates mobile for some reason. I couldn't tell you the reason for it. Okay, that's good. I might give this a bit more anticipation though. Just scale this out. I disconnected and reconnected to the internet. It's fine for now. Yeah, it could be that. If you're running an ad blocker on Twitch, I think they tend to throttle the connection too. Although I don't know if that's possible on mobile Twitch. Actually, you do seem a bit familiar, DJ. Did you happen to watch Seedang's streams and videos at some point? Try this. Which... I get this a couple of times. Do you think that's moving a bit too fast? Okay, yeah, it's moving way too fast. Yeah, it's like immediately snapping to the next size up. There's just way too much in between. So, oh. Yeah, it's too much of a gap between those. Might need to scale this one again. Like, it's good to have some fast scaling here, but like if I want to go... Anyway, I have my appointment tomorrow. Okay, what's this one for, Foxy? Are you back at the specialist tomorrow, or are you at somebody else's? I'll be getting injections? Oh, okay, that's great to hear, actually. So I know you were struggling a bit with your back. Okay, like these. So that's pretty reasonable pace. Might need to use this though. Okay, now it just looks like it's slowing down. I keep forgetting to fix this up. I mean, I'd honestly rather have surgery done to get the damn disc out of my back for good, but whatever, neurosurgeon has to be asked about it. I think it's just more of a case of if he doesn't have to mess about with something important, he's not going to unless it's absolutely necessary. Because I feel like that might be a situation of if he does it wrong, you could be permanently paralyzed type of thing. I'm gonna grab these ones. And the handles. Okay, that is too immediate. I think I want the pose back here, like this one here. I want to last a little bit longer. This evenly. I'm gonna turn this to vector instead. Okay, I accidentally sent it through the floor. Whoopsies. I wonder if switching this to linear instead would be a better choice in this case. It doesn't look like it. Seems to make no apparent difference. No, his reasoning is because I didn't lay on the bed properly and messed up the imaging for the MRI, so he's not able to see where to do the surgery. Which is so annoying. Like, why the fuck did they not just make me fix myself on the bed? Or make me get a whole new set done after finding out that they fucked up? Like, yeah, that's pretty silly when you think about it, because it's like, why didn't they just... Because when I went to get a chest x-ray done, because I need to do that for the medication I take, they saw that I messed up the x-ray, so they just, instead of sending me away, they're like, hey, could you just do another round? Like, your positioning was off. I was like, yeah, sure. So I get that MRIs are expensive to run, but you'd think that they would, double and triple check your positioning before starting, right? Like, it seems a bit silly. I'm gonna change these to linear and see how this changes things. Interestingly, it seems to be intent on switching these to... Yeah, okay, there we go. Right, so now... Okay, that like zooms off immediately. I'm sorry. Just the face is... I mean, yeah, same dude. Okay, let's try that again without the silly face this time. Alright, there we go. Auto plant. So it seems like this is going to be more of an exponential curve. And then he said to me, if the injections don't help, then I will have you get an updated MRI to see about surgery. That seems silly, because, like, it just seems to be doing a ring around the rosy until they have a valid excuse to do a second MRI. Although I get the frustration. Like, I truly do. So if I have this... It seems to slow down the end, but it doesn't because I know it's vectored. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. What do we think, chat? I think this is quite literally what the assignment asked me to do. I mean, I know it's basic, but I've still got a couple more things I need to do this stream anyway, besides very basic motion graphics. Also, you know what I've just noticed? The logo wasn't transparent originally. You can see the white outlines on it. I'm not angry, I am just disappointed. Because now I know that's there, bruh. Let's end it at, say, frame 50. Hey, Likely, how you doing? It's just so frustrating, and it makes me so mad how they're doing all this to me. When I most likely could have already had the surgery done and had the surgery done and over with, and my pain gone, but no, they just want me to do everything before giving me the solution that's best for me. Yeah, that's rough. Sorry, Likely. I know, I still need to hand in the employee termination notice to Nightbot. If it makes you feel any better, DJ Diego in the YouTube chat did what is roughly the exact same thing not like 20 minutes ago, so... Nightbot got somebody on both streams today. Okay, that's also kind of cool. It's just... neat. Play forwards. Alright, I think that is good enough. So I shall save this. And then you'll get to watch me suffer for the next several minutes. I've been spamming for the past, like, 10 minutes. Wait, so... Did Twitch just shadow ban you? What the hell? I literally have not seen any of your messages until now. Stream's working now? Great to hear. Twitch moment, I guess. I have the other one saved as motion graphics, translation, scale. Why is it set? Sorry? Don't need you to do that. There you go. I put in general some proof. Wait, shit, for real? Oh yeah, like, Twitch was not happy today, huh? Yeah, I guess Twitch is acting a bit goofy. Apparently Foxy's been having some problems too. It doesn't seem like it's a connection issue on my end, because I'm looking and I'm not seeing any dropped frames on either stream. So I guess Twitch has just been Twitch today. I'd say the worst part about all of this is the fact that I probably could have been back for at least a little bit before the end of the school year, but now that they've done all this to me, it's too late and I can't go back now that it's over. That's unfortunate. I wish there was some way I could help Foxy, but I really don't know how I'd be able to in this case. Alright, time to go back to... Okay, I should show you guys the first one of these I did. And this is mostly just stuff that I need to do for rotation. And by God, is this a fucking nuisance to do. I've calculated this to the best of my abilities, but there's no guaranteeing that I'm even going to pass this particular assessment. It's okay, I just wanted to get the frustration out of my system. It helped me, but I mean, fair enough. If you need to vent, you need to vent. Who am I to say no? Okay, I was using a basketball for this, but I've got this rotating down here now. Do I think this is rotating too? No, actually, that's fine. So this is the full animation for this one. Basketball. Yeah, for real. I don't know why, but the way that you've typed that in chat makes me think of Speedy Bolognese, because I always call it Spag Bowl. I don't know why. Like, with that exact spelling of bowl too, no less. So this is the first part of the assessment I'm doing. I think I've actually done a pretty decent job on this. It's not sliding around or anything like that as far as I can tell. I'm going to set this back to the correct ball type, which I'm pretty sure is 8. Just save this. Haha, ball go boing. Yep, ball go boing instead of jiggle, huh? Much to likely chagrin in this case. Now, this is the second one I've done. And I still need to finish doing the rotation on this one, I believe. This one was an absolute nightmare because the keyframes near the end were just not cooperating. Like, this one is the one where the bowling ball goes down the slope, hits the ball, and then the ball bounces off the edge. And the keyframes at, like, this point here were an absolute menace to work with, but I did get it eventually. So now we've got this going. I haven't done the basketball movement. Yeah, my turn then. I did the math. Turns out my boss is 10 weeks behind on my pay. Notified him and he said it's only 3. Ooh, that sounds like a wage theft lawsuit if I've ever heard one. Well, I wish you luck in getting your money at least, likely. I still need to finish rotating at the end here. It needs to rotate a bit slower, and then the basketball needs to start moving. Okay. Do we think that when the basketball gets hit, like at this contact point here, does it start rotating immediately? Or does it start rotating when it hits the ground? I'm pretty sure it's when it hits the ground here, but I could be wrong. That is a massive what the fuck moment for real. Like, that is ballsy to not only admit to wage theft, but even to admit to the wrong number. But yeah, it's wild that he thinks it's acceptable to be behind on pay for even a couple weeks, let alone like 2.5 months. Oh shit, I forgot to take my algae med. I'll be right back with my watch, with my water. I mean, fair enough. Take your time, Foxy. Also, give Toby a pet for me. I think it's like that. Although, this curve here probably needs to be flat. So, where is this curve? So, this needs to be linear. Writing my manifesto as we speak, for real. I think you should make the ball rotate to make it better. Yeah, that's the idea. Yo, the moon animation is a perfect jump scare, not gonna lie. What moon animation? Okay, so it actually needs to be in the x-axis, which isn't viewable at the moment. Okay, here we go. So this one here needs to be bended. And now if I update this, in fact, do I think it even needs to be further off this way? Back with the water. Welcome back, Foxy. I think it probably needs to be slightly. So the curve comes from this way. I gotta go, bro. Bye. See you later, DJ. You have a good evening. So these ones here, I'm gonna move them like that. Yeah, because it makes a little bit more sense for it to give it a little bit of an arc before being bounced along. Now, I'll either fight it out or leave. My dog is still with me, so I ain't gonna leave her. Absolutely understandable. Gotta do what you gotta do for the ones you love, huh? Also, I'm just gonna quickly do this. I just need to set something up, don't worry, chat. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna affect the stream in any meaningful way. So now I've got to do the rotation on this to be a lot slower. So at the end here, oh, by the way, Cyclonic, you should send me your friend code so I can send you gifts on Pokemon Go. I haven't played Pokemon Go in actual months. Like, it's basically a dead account at this point, Foxy. Like, all you're gonna see, really, if you add me, is just the fact that it's been so long since I've played the game that my Arcanine best friend is still called Charlie. Like, that's how long it's been. Just like the Discord server. Okay, you didn't have to do me dirty like that. Don't you think that was a little bit mean? Nope. I don't care. I'll still send the gifts. Oh, fair enough. Alright. How much speed do we think this thing loses? Okay, so it's obviously... Here we go. So if I put this in Vector... Okay, it's almost okay. It's probably sliding just a little bit. So if I make a mark here... It's actually not too bad. I think the transition here is actually acceptable. Might require a little bit tweaking though. So maybe that much. It's called upkeep. Even I still drop a random NSF pick on my dead server every now and then. Yeah, I do occasionally send stuff on Discord. It's just a bit rare. I'd like to say that I have a life outside the internet, but I don't really. I sit there and stare at a blank wall half the time. That blank wall may be the eternal abyss of my depression, but it's still a blank wall nonetheless. Okay, so I need to do a better job easing out here. I'm just gonna cheat again. I'm gonna set this to the basketball for a moment. Okay, so it's sliding. Yeah, it's actually definitely sliding. So is it sliding? Okay, it's sliding in that direction. I think, is this one still in the correct position? Okay, it's slightly forward. I can replenish the meme channel, but I don't have the perms to see the history. Sus. I guess I haven't edited those perms yet. I'll try and... I suppose I have some time tomorrow. I'll probably be able to try and do something about that. Because the server, as is with everything else in my life, is a work in progress. It needs to be... Okay, yep. So that at the start here. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. That is rotating too much. I knew it was a mistake to try and use the bowling ball for that. Okay, so... Okay, not that way, maybe this way. Just keep tweaking this until it works properly. And also, if I lock this, which I keep forgetting to do, I can actually just draw on whatever frame, and even if I go backwards, it's not going to really do anything. Rereading my stuff, I sound like a dick. My bitterness about the pay may be rubbing off here. I'm not trying to sound like an ass. Honestly, I feel like being frustrated over not getting paid on time, especially if you've got things like bills and whatnot to take care of, and having things like other people, pets, and just things that need to be dealt with. Well, I am, but not legit ass. Yeah, I mean, it's completely understandable. I get it. Like, it's just one of those things, you do desperately need the money to, live. It's very understandable. Yeah, Foxy gets it. Most, if not all of us, are adults here. Okay, it's like still very much sliding. Is it over rotating or under rotating? So, like, that's completely understandable. This one here also needs to be examined just a bit. There have been plenty of times where I sound like an ass after I've been frustrated about something. It's just normal amount. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. I, honestly, to be honest with you, Chair, I get frustrated over some of the most menial shit known to man. And, like, that's just the, that's just a part of being human, you know? Like, show me somebody who has never been frustrated in their life, and I'll show you a lying piece of shit. Like, if, like, for example, chat, I have to call the local beneficiary office at some point because whenever I put in my medical certificate, it hasn't gone through properly. So now they've cancelled my payments, and I have to go through what is essentially going to be 3 to 4 hours of phone calls for like a 5 minute appointment saying, hey, can you please double check your paperwork? Like, I get it. It's going to be obnoxious. Actually, I might make this deeper slightly. I feel like it might be steep. Okay, no, it's definitely over. But yeah, like, no joke, the last time I had to call that office, I ended up having a disassociation episode for like a solid 30 minutes. And by the time I had that and it ended, I still was on hold. that is moving too far forward in the amount of time it takes to roll it. Off topic, but every time I see your render engine say Eevee, my brain instantly goes to Pokemon. Yeah, mine does too. Like, that has been an ongoing joke for me internally for like 2 years. But yeah, like, I'll be real, I don't enjoy using Eevee Next, which is the new version of Eevee that they've put out in Blender 4.0. Okay, now it's sliding much. Crazy they named a Pokemon after an engine. Actually, come to think of it, when did Eevee come out? When did Eevee come out? Because all it is the Eevee Next version, which is the latest version in 4.2. Minus Next. Because it's called Eevee Next now. Uh, 2025, 4.3. Oh yeah, we've got Blender's history here. So, when did they release Eevee? Okay, so they released Eevee in July of 2019 for Blender 2.8, which was, I believe, when they redesigned the UI as well. Kind of like when they named the Wolverine after an X-Men character. Yeah, for real. Okay, so that needs to be moved down more. Because the fun part about this is once I dial in the movement along here, I can actually dial it in along the slope too. Because it'll be at roughly the same angle. Okay. Let's try this much. Okay, that's too much. No. Let's try this. Okay. Not enough. Okay, that looks to be too much again. Yeah, it's lifting off too quickly. I bet that if Nintendo saw the engine's name, they'll try to sue Blender for stealing the name, just like how they sued Power World for stealing from them. Yeah, I feel like that would be the case, but Blender also is, like, has a lot of money. Like, if you look at the donations page, there is a lot of big companies funding them. And I think a lot of them would not be too fond of having the Blender Foundation be sued by Nintendo. Because that's going to be a whole bunch of bad press. Like, if there's something that is not in Nintendo's best interest, it would be that. Okay, so I think it needs to be tweaked up a bit. Knowing Nintendo, they'll sue anyone for real. Like, I feel like at this point, if you're developing for the Nintendo Switch 2 or like any modern Nintendo console, like, you're setting up for liability at that point. Like, there's just such a good chance that Nintendo could decide that they don't like you anymore and then just sue you into a hole in the ground. Like, if I was doing business with Nintendo at this point, I would probably be reconsidering my options. This is like such a fine tweak that I have to do. What the hell? Like, it's going too far forward now. Let's go quarter frame. I can't seem to quite pin this one down. Like, I know it's all about experimentation in this case, but I'm just having troubles pinning this rotation down so I can get it working properly. So that it's flicking upwards, which tells me that this needs to be edited in smaller amounts. Still sliding. Let's really dial this in. Okay, still too much. That is still a little bit too much. Let's try two. Right, that there is still probably not quite where I want it to be. Okay, it is getting there though. Let's raise that by another 2. It's like, I know this is a thing. Yeah, because like it goes too far forward now. What a pesky little movement this has become. Oh, hang on a second. Switching that up has changed this quite a bit. Auto clamped. Vector. YouTube is not what? Not enough? What do you mean? Not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Why is it not? I'm not having any issues here. Huh? What do you mean, YouTube? I've not opened a single thing to cause that. Man, YouTube's being wacky tonight, huh? Bit silly. Yeah, now that's looking backwards again. And it still needs to be edged up a bit. I'd like to apologize to YouTube side for whatever the hell YouTube is doing. I lost, for some reason, 42 frames? For some unknown reason? I wish I could explain, but I really cannot. Okay, now it's leaping back forward again. Like, I've got this going just fine, like this rotation here. My number on your stream was 600 before y'all started to see me. That is bizarre. Like, I don't know what Twitch... Actually, I think I know what it is, chat. So, recently, my uncle has been staying at home because he's sick. Like, my, step-up. He's like, it's not serious, but it's enough so that he's had to stay home for a couple of consecutive days. And I know he's been constantly watching YouTube and Netflix and that sort of thing. So it might be that the internet is being throttled at the moment. Oh, so does that mean it wasn't me that was buffering? No, I didn't have any issues with the stream until just now. And even there was only like 42 frames. But if the connection is shoddy, it might be because of that. Shoddy, more like spotty, okay? Like, that is not a phrase, Caitlin, good lord. Okay, let's switch this back to autocorrect. So yeah, if there's buffering problems, it might be because my end has been using a lot of bandwidth lately. Like, more so than usual, rather. Like, I already know that I'm using a considerable amount streaming to 2 different services at once. But it could be because of that too. Let's vector that. Okay, now it's sliding. Oh, so it wasn't you before? Huh. Still weird to me, since I usually don't have problems unless something's downloading in the background. Yeah, it might be a problem on my end, because my family's been using the internet a lot at the moment. Such as the joys of getting sick during the winter. That's like moving forward quite a bit. Yeah. Well, that's a bit of a relief. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't consider that my internet might be bad today, so... As long as we have a reasonable explanation as to why it's doing that. Just as long as we know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna grab where is the first big frame. It's right here, right? I'm gonna add another minus 180 to this. It'll probably be a bit over, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, it's definitely going over now. Let's scale this. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely slipping now. I can grab this and edit these until it is in the correct position. So yep, that is far too far. All signs point to Cyclonic's fault. Yeah. I mean, not of my own volition. I don't cause problems on purpose generally. But yeah, it seems like it might be a case of the internet on my end is a little bit shoddy. little bit further. So that's gonna be tough. Okay. So if I do that, still goes quite a bit. Should be accelerating things, and yet somehow it's just not. Actually, I'm gonna revert this and I'm gonna start over. Probably need a fresh. So this is sliding in the way that it's rotating too quickly. Yeah. So this probably needs to be. Maybe this way. Okay, it's too much. Okay, now it's going the other way. Done. Okay, maybe I set this to and just have these like this. So the issue with this one here is that going. Okay, now it's probably not rotating enough here. Yeah, it's just leaking forward at this point. Honestly, I thought I could make this a bit easier on myself, but it appears that my brain doesn't want to retain the correct information on how to fix this particular set of problems. So that maybe needs to be scaled in a bit more. Bring up this. Okay, that is actually roughly where I want it. Well, let's just quickly fix this. And block that. because sometimes the things will just disappear randomly, which means I have stuff going on other frames. Now this one is leaking. Not great. So how far? What? Yeah, it seems like it just moves too far away to be useful. So realistically, the only one that I can do here is actually this here, and then maybe try and match the angle on the slope. I need to figure out what this is doing. That now. Okay, it seems like it's... Okay, I'm just having a little bit of trouble with this. You would think after doing this for so long I'd immediately understand what's going on, but I definitely don't. Although chat's probably having fun watching me struggle, so I suppose I can't complain too much. So... that... try this. Okay, needs to be a bit better. Try using this one as litmus instead. Okay, slowly get there. A bit further down. A little bit further. Okay, now I think it's rolling a bit too far. It's kind of hard to pick up the correct rotation of this thing. How far does it rotate to? It's probably too little. Let's try this. Okay, that's way too much actually. Let's try plus 3. There's probably some calculation I could do where I take the difference between like these two positions and then try to figure it out from there, but I am not smart enough for that. So I'm just going to brute force it until it works. Okay, now it's too far in the other direction. Negative 980. So it's rotating too much. So negative 860. Still probably rotating. Now it's moving too far forward without rotating enough. So it has to be around about negative 800. Okay, it seems to be moving too far forward still for the rotation. If the movement of this is anything to go off of. So 840 perhaps? What about 8? Negative 830 max. Okay, let's tweak this manually then. Okay, no, maybe the other way. Foxy, what are you doing with that emote? Why do you have what is essentially the open season Grim Reaper? Like, why is there such a prevalence for dumpy emotes on Twitch? Like, I'm not upset, I'm just confused. Oh, you know, just grooving. And Likely's getting in on it too. Good to see in my chat's an agreement about something. Hey, Memes of Heaven, how you doing? Don't mind the rest of the chat, they're just grooving for some reason. I couldn't tell you why. I'm doing good, how are you? I'm struggling a little bit with doing the rotations on this, but I'm otherwise fine. Did I? Oh, I hit the body on that, that's why. Is this even in the correct position? Hey, Likely, no, stop that. Foxy's still vibing and Likely's doing whatever they're doing. Please cease. Struggling is a part of animation. Struggling is just a part of life in general. And brother, I have struggled. Also, that needs to be slightly closer, I've realized. And now that's clipping in. I did not... I know why it's clipping in. It's because I haven't fixed this yet. I laughed so hard I coughed. I'm sorry, Fox. I didn't mean to hurt you. Oh, why is that like that? That shouldn't be like that. That should not be slowing down around frame. That needs to be staying consistent. Although that does appear to be accelerating now that I've done that. Although that might be why the rotation is so janky, is because the X values here are fixed. You're pretty close to 50 followers than channel points, right? Yeah, that's the hope. So the goals that I still currently have to succeed in is I have to get 50 followers and I have to have 3 average viewers per stream. So those are the 2 requirements before I get channel points. And then hopefully we can really start cooking with some gas. No, that is even spacing. I'm just dumb. So yeah, I just have to edit the motion of this ball here. I don't know if I'm able to do channel points separately from Twitch subs and donations though. And the only reason why that concerns me is that I don't want people to sub and donate to me. Following is fine, but I feel like it's probably a waste of money at that point. Although I have seen more questionable stuff money has been spent on Twitch. The viewer thing should be easy with a little bit of advertising. Foxy, I'm not sure if you've realized, but I'm very much not the type of person to advertise themselves. And while that's probably bad for social media marketing in general, I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, I don't feel the need to advertise. My Twitch randomly went white mode? Okay, that's cursed. Twitch just decided to flashbang you. I'm sorry, memes. Well, Twitch went as white as I am. And that's not something to be proud of. Okay, so now that I fixed the movement for that, what the hell is this? I have no clue, I'm sorry. So now that I fixed that, I should be able to easily pin the rotation down now. Linus is squeaking at me. Aw. Give the good kitty a pet. Okay, fixed. Nice. I have no idea why Twitch did that. Apparently, Twitch is being all sorts of weird today. Because apparently it decided to mess about with my stream despite the fact that I actually had not had any problems earlier. That should be right. Okay, so we've got that working in the correct position here. Okay, so this is probably still acting a bit silly. Actually, no, that's fine. it's lifting up in the correct position. So now it's just dealing with this lot here. Or maybe I'm hacked and the hacker turned on white mode. Honestly, at that point, I just consider that a war crime. Like, it's all well and good if somebody hacks your account, but God forbid should they turn on light mode. Man, remember when literally every website on the internet used to be in light mode? Those were some rough days. I was about to make an unintentional joke there, and I actually managed to stop myself once. I was gonna call it Dark Days, and I'm just like, wait a minute, no. Flashbang out? For real. Like, come on, Twitch, if we wanted to be flashbang, we'd go and play CSGO. Okay, so the rotation on that is good. Now I just need to fix the rotation on the slope. So now I can see the exact rotation here. I can grab all of these and try and match the slope. Now I have a Jesse. Oh, you have multiple cats. Like, they're all being friendly tonight. You're lucky. Okay, so that should get me in the ballpark. 9 cats? I forget that you have so many. Like, if I had a nickel for every person I personally knew who had more than 5 cats, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. 9 cars are not too many. Like, I know the whole joke is like cats and cars, but like, I can only imagine Foxy, who I know isn't too fond of driving, especially with the back the way it is at the moment, having 9 vehicles in their garage at the moment. Okay, so it's probably sliding too much here. Yeah, it's still sliding a bit much. Although this does need to be changed here, because there is a acceleration to this. Yeah, see how it's rotating too much at the start here? So this one here needs to be smoothed out. Where is the... There it is. I was wondering where that was. Okay, so it's rotating too much in between these. So it's right here. Then it's moving too much. If I had 9 cars, I'd be living the dream of never driving that old ass car again. I mean, to be fair, like, I feel like having that many cars is just having one too many liabilities, you know? Like, on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, I just don't get it. Although, mind you, I have... The furthest I've ever gone on driving license related stuff is, trying out for my restricted, but... Okay, so fun story, chat. As it turns out, I had the ability to cheat the vision field test for, because I had to have my eyes checked before I could drive. Turns out I could cheat at it. And I got a pass because I'm not proud of this, but I was harassed by my family because they were like, you need to get a car, you need to be able to drive, you need to do this, you need to do that. So I obliged them. And when I was. So I had managed to get my learners. Like, I'd done that. And I was technically on the restricted license here. So in order to do this, I needed to do a test with the driving instructor inside. Now, during aforementioned test, I was at an intersection, right? So the intersection is built like this. There's multiple lanes in here. And there is a lane that goes here. And there's a huge amount of signs. Like, quite frankly, ridiculous amount of signage here. So there's like 6 or 7 signs here. Pretty big road signs. Because this is in a like 100k zone. So for the Americans, I think that's about 75 mile per hour zone. So I was here, right? I was in the car with the driving instructor. And because I was partially blinded in the right eye, even like looking back, all I could see was the signs. I didn't see the painter's van going at 110 kilometers an hour along a 100, just zooming this way, and I was pulling out, and I could hear the driving instructor scream at me to stop. And I stopped, and I saw the painter's van. So, safe to say, not only did I fail that restricted test, but I also have been put off from driving. I'd also be a rich man because I'd sell some of them. Honestly, completely understand. Worth it? I mean, quite frankly, it's worth it to not have to drive. I mean, the trauma, not so much, but I mean, really, what can you do about that? But yeah, not the biggest fan of vehicles. Alright, let's try something a bit more. Smidge more. And that's not even including the time that my family tried to teach me how to drive a manual. Let me tell you, that did not work out in their favor. Like, I already have, I wouldn't call it severe motophobia, but like a pretty reasonable amount to the point where I'm. Do you know the live tutorials? Funny you should mention that, actually. So I'm just gonna pull this up. I'm just gonna. Actually, I'm gonna exit out into the home here. I send just my courses, please, because I don't know if showing this on stream would be a bad idea or not. I'm not showing my purchases, but you get the point. Yes, I actually have bought the Alive tutorials, and I am going to be doing those eventually, but I'm currently doing the CG cookie course. Because my brain would probably be too overloaded doing both at the same time. But yeah, I have it listed in the Discord under the paid resources. Somebody mentioned it to me while I was doing Grant Abbott's, well, to me I say, to the entire chat room, during the 8-week course that he was doing. So that's fine. It slides here. I don't want to slide. So this is probably messed up. That does not look like that. If I do this. And, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, I have got it. I've only just started chunking my way through that. It's all just the basic stuff, but having a refresher is always a good idea. I almost pulled up the wrong tab. I listen to music while I'm getting set up for stream, and y'all would have seen just some of the dumbest music I listen to while I'm getting prepared. So if I scale this a little bit. So now this should actually start rotating immediately. Okay, it's actually sliding too much here. In fact, I'm just gonna start moving this down this way. Or is it the other way around? Problem is, if I move this too much, it's not going to rotate properly on this section here. But have you done the Alive tutorials yourself, memes? Because I'm genuinely curious as to what you think about it. I also got it, but I'm waiting for the planets to align. Listen, the planets are never going to align. You have to make the planets align yourself. Like, you sort of have to force that moment into existence, unfortunately. Like, even if it's just reading, like, the stuff that they recommend for the course, it's better than not doing anything about it at all. If I set this to vectored, yeah, it's too much. If I scale this back, didn't they align in 2012? I don't know. I actually didn't. Wasn't there a alignment like a few months ago or something? Like, I know there was probably at least a few planets. Okay, so that's too much. I'm being wrongfully accused of forcing a friend to play Dead by Daylight by holding them at gunpoint, but I would never do such a thing. Yes, the fuck you would, Foxy. Like, I feel like if you thought you could get away with it, you would force me to play Dead Before Daylight at gunpoint. Like, I'm convinced the only reason you haven't is because I'm so much scarier than you are. Nah, I wouldn't. Yes, you would. The only reason that you wouldn't is the fact that you'd hear this type of background music if you tried. I don't own a gun. I mean, I personally don't own a gun. I don't need one. But in saying that, I'm also, like, not from America or anywhere that would have just general carrying in the Constitution. Like, you're allowed to have guns in New Zealand, but you have to have, like, your firearms license. You have to get regular checkups to make sure that you're not going to use them for anything harmful. I own a gun 3D model with 8K textures. I mean, like, if we're going based off of things that the current parliament is taking aim at, I do own a 3D printer. I'm innocent? No, you're not, Foxy. Go to jail. Now. Yeah, it's probably not rolling enough. License slander? No, it is not. And you know it. You can probably make a 3D printed gun that fires once and blows your hand off. Yeah, like, I don't know why, but whenever I think of the 3D printed guns, I own several, I'm being framed. Yeah, hang on, where is it? Like, whenever I think of the 3D printed guns, I immediately think of stuff like this. You know, the one where the character sticks their finger into the gun barrel and it peels back like a banana? Like, I think of this shit. You know? Okay, I feel like that's too much now. We'll see. Texas. Yeah, I sort of just assumed, just based off the fact that you said you owned several, that you may have been Texas or Texas adjacent. So... Name one, howitzer? I mean, to be fair, you set the bar pretty low on that one, memes. No, I mean name. Wait, 18 Warthog? Somebody's been playing a little bit too much Halo. Don't call your Glock John or Sam. Oh, you don't call your Glock John or Sam. Like, I feel like it's the sort of thing. It's like a, what is it, like a American Pitbull or something like that. Like, you have it called Princess or something, and it's just the meanest looking thing you've ever laid eyes on. I feel like people should name their guns like that as well. Like, I got a little John on me. That's stupid to name a gun. That's the point, no? Except my governor. Okay, what if I moved all these down again? I think that's actually most of it clear. Which I call my pepper box. Huh. I am not familiar with what a pepper box is. Okay, so that is fine. All I need to do now is just edit this thing. I name my gun nothing because I don't own one. Yeah, completely understandable. To be fair, like, Foxy, I completely understand why your house does not have a gun. Because I feel like that would cause more problems than it would fix, you know? It's just all the way over there on the next frame. Let's try this. All my motorcycles and trucks have names too. Names though? I mean, yeah. I mean, like, who doesn't name their cars and, like, vehicles though? Like, even when I was barely driving, like, when I had my own car, I actually did give it a name. I mean, granted, that name was called Fishbowl, but you know. So now it's too far forward. Girl, I don't even want to imagine my brother with a gun, especially since he threatened us at one point when he was severely mentally deranged. Yeah, like, if there was one time that you wouldn't want to have a gun in your house, it's when you have unstable family members. So that spins. Wait. Rotates too much. Feels like it's snapping. Hey, I'm gonna finish some work thanks to the stream. Bye. See you later, memes. I hope you have a good evening. That's why you should have a gun too, even the playing field. No, because if you give me a gun, like, you need to understand, I am the Kevin McAllister type. You think giving Kevin McAllister a gun is evening the playing field? You're out of your damn mind. Hell, I think I remember he even did threaten to shoot us, even though he doesn't own a gun. Yeah, now, that is a bit concerning. I wouldn't have any idea how to even go about doing that. Alright. It's fine, I guess. It lifts up a little too much. Okay, I'd say that's within the realms. Okay, now it just slides too much at the end here. I wonder if I have to change the... motion here. Made my mum want my dad to call the police on him, and of course he refused like a dumbass. Yeah, that's just asking for trouble. Like, you don't know if he has access to a small firearm, because unfortunately, as much as everyone would like to think that it's actually not that hard to get a hold of a gun off a black market from what I have seen researching stories. I'd just like to point out, I was making a dystopian future fanfiction and I had to research how hard it was to find a gun on the black market. Turns out it's not that difficult. And yes, I am probably on multiple FBI watch lists at this point. Okay, that looks fine. Like, there was even, what was it? There was one particular post I made on Tumblr, and I actually had to research the legality of buying uranium glass. My reactions to that? Yeah, like, I didn't know about the legality of buying uranium glass from overseas. I see you tremble with antipathy. Yes, hello. I assume your name is Aliga. I can't believe you're getting me with the anticipation joke, bruh. If you have a CNC mill, it's easy to make them for like $20 too. Yeah, but we're not handing out guides on how to, like, home make guns. That is actually illegal in most cases, so please don't. I'd rather Twitch not have a field day with me, respectfully. so that's fine. It just feels like it's moving too much at the end. Hmm. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, this is a really wild topic of conversation to have with somebody who's just sitting here minding their own business trying to get a ball to rotate correctly. Like, wild ass conversation to be having. Okay, I'm gonna move this entire setup just the most minimal amount possible. Okay, I feel like that might be a bit better. Alright, cool. So, I think with that, I'll end off the stream. Now, just as a reminder, chat, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, just purely based on the fact that I've got an ophthalmology appointment. And while it is a morning one, depending on how much work they have to do with my eyes, I might end up not streaming later. But anyway, that was a pretty productive stream today. I've gotten 2 more assignments done. Got one hell of a backlog to send the instructor once I've finished the obstacles course stuff. And yeah, I shall see y'all next time.